That is, I give open and sound witness that nothing is worthy of worship except Allah, He one along with our partners and associates. And I also give open and sound witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his slave, servant, messenger, and seal of the prophets. Peace be upon the prophet, upon his descendants, upon his companions, upon the righteous throughout the world, and peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum. Jumuah Mubarak. That is, we pray that Allah will allow us to have a blessed day. He will bless this day. He will bless all of us. When we talk about the word barak, like when you heard the word in President Barack Obama, the word barak, blessing, that's what you hear, blessing. When we say Jumuah Mubarak, we're saying that may Allah have His blessings on what we engage in. And we do that with the right spirit. So we do that with the right intention, that we come to serve Allah, as we mentioned over and over again, that this call for this time of the day is for the believer. And we've been talking over and over again about the power of belief and why that is so important. That's how Allah addressed you. There's no position other than being Abdullah, the slave of Allah, that had the position of being a believer. That you believe in the one who believes in you. And again, when we talk about belief, we talk about Allah's, He's Al-Mumin. See? He's the one who secures your life. And that's why it's important for you to believe in Allah who believes in you. And then when you believe in Him, that means that you also believe in the potential He gave you. So you can't really believe in Allah and then doubt what He gave you. He gave you power. He said that He made you to be the ruler in the earth, the Khalifa. You see, you can't believe in Allah and don't believe in the fact that He said He made you the one who have the supreme power on earth. Even with all of the forces of nature, man has learned how to use the forces of nature, but with his intelligence, he or she knows they must respect the forces of nature. But Allah said He made everything, the word that you did, secular. He made everything to render a useful benefit to the human being. So you believe in Allah, and then you believe in the position He gave you in the earth as being the ruler in the creation. You can't believe Him and then doubt what He gave you. That's why we say Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's Al-Amin, he's a trustworthy. See, people who trust you, they believe in you. That's why man is so important. You can't build strong relationships if there's doubt, if there's negative thinking. There has to be a level of belief and trust. That's why he's known as Al-Amin. He trusted Allah, and then he trusted the nature Allah gave him. He trusted the nature so much that Allah gave him, the people gave him the name Al-Amin. Here's a man who's trustworthy. That's why I tell you the position of being the believer is so powerful. That's why it said that a wise person carries many names, because those names are a description of who you represent. So if all of us are striving to be Muhammad, all of us are striving to be not one who is worthy of praise, but one who praises Allah much. That's Muhammad. Muhammad is the one who is constantly praising Allah, because they understand and recognize what Allah has blessed them with. And if you understand what Allah has blessed you with, it's only intelligent that you praise Him often. And remember Him, he says, وَذِكْرُ Akbar. And the remembrance of Allah is the greatest force in life. So you move with that kind of spirit. I have belief in Allah. And when the belief is weakened, then you become more vulnerable for the external influences that can really break your life down and ultimately destroy you. So it begins with Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu. That's why we talked last week about Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu alaykum anfusikum. So you believe in Allah, then you recognize you have the responsibility to maintain your life because He gave you so much. And you have to believe in what He gave you. And when you believe in what He gave you, then it gives you fuel, it gives you energy to keep pushing. See, those who have belief, they don't allow things to impede their progress. That's why Allah gives a clear picture of the human being like the plant. I give you over and over and over this here. When you understand the very nature of the plant teaches us so much from the seed, because when that seed is placed in the earth, I rode down the highway and seen grass coming up the asphalt. Walk down the street, you see grass coming up out of the ground, because that's the kind of power Allah put in that plant. That is when it's in the right environment, it's going to break through resistance. You've seen if there's anything blocking the evolution of a plant, that plant going to go right, or it's going to go left. It ain't going to get stuck. So Allah said your life is just like that life of that plant, that you're supposed to experience breakthroughs. You're not supposed to get stuck. So your faith gives you the drive and the energy to keep pushing, because you know that Allah is the one who gave you a destiny. And all those little challenges you got, those are just experiences for you to learn from. All of the challenges that we have are experiences for us to learn from. That's why we talk about in life, you make any investment, they call it's the return on your investment. But what we're more concerned about is the greatest investment is in your own soul, that those experiences are the return on your experience. See, the story that you develop, how you live, what you learn, they are the return on your experiences. That's why as you live through life, you're supposed to be learning from these experiences. That's why Allah says, verily, the creation of the heavens and the earth is a greater matter than the creation of man. But most people are not knowledgeable of this. They're not knowledgeable that the sun is greater than him, even though Allah made you the ruler in the earth. Verily, everything in the heavens and on earth is a greater matter. Because everything that comes from the heavens and earth is in your body. The minerals that's in your body, the sun that's in your body. That's why you need vitamin D. You need to get in the sunlight to absorb that life. And the sun has healing properties. So he said, verily, the creation of the heavens, everything above you, and all that is in the earth is a greater matter than the creation of man. But most people are just not knowledgeable. They just don't know. And there's so much in the world for you and I to discover. There's so much in the world that you don't know what you don't know. Oh, you got that now. That's how much information is in the world. That's how much knowledge Allah clocked in this creation, that you don't know what you don't know. That's why you have to be like the scientists, always in the discovery mode. Read the verse in the Quran where it says, "O my evolver," that's the prayer, "increase me in knowledge." Because the more you know, the more effective you'll be. Allah said those who believe and those who have knowledge, He raised them to high levels. He connects your belief with your knowledge. Because the more knowledge you get of a thing, the more it increases your faith, and the less fear has a hold on you. See, the more you know about something, the less you fear it. So Allah says He connects those who believe and those who have knowledge and what it does for them. And He said that He's the one who's evolving the knowledge. We read out of the Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You read that, you recite that at least 5 times a day. At least 5 times in different points in your salah. At least, I said. Every time you make salah, you recite an Fatiha before any other surah. But in that surah, which is called the very essence of the book, it's Kitab, it's the very foundation that you say, you look at your life, you look at what you've learned and how you've grown. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. He's the one that's praising Allah always. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to Allah, who's evolving the knowledge. I'm not just praising him just to be praising him. I'm praising him because he's doing so much for me. Think about that now. Think about what you do and what you know. With the knowledge you've had, the knowledge you acquire, and the knowledge you get from the relationships you have with other people and how you engage in the world. So he said, verily the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater. So as you engage in the world, as you have all these experiences, as you engage and interact with the very makings of the world that helps to advance your life, and what you pull from the earth, you have to say, alhamdulillah. It is so powerful in terms of the knowledge that we have and we get. Allah says that he is the one. He says, وَعَلَمَ آدَمَ أَسْمَاءَ, that it is he who taught Adam the nature of everything. So he gifted the human being with the very nature to understand how things function. That's what we like the scientists. That's why Prophet Muhammad said it is an obligation on the Muslim male and female to seek knowledge. And you're constantly in a discovery mode. And one thing about a scientist, as they make one discovery, every discovery they make, they question that discovery, and it takes them deeper into knowledge. Until we come to the conclusion of the research. He's always in the discovery mode, looking for more, to satisfy your soul. Because it's knowledge that you need to lift you up. I read in the Bible where it says that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Now, if people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, think about what happens for those who get the knowledge, how the knowledge builds up their lives. First revelation, Iqra. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your evolver. See, the education is connected to the evolution. That's why when you understand what education itself means, the word education comes from a Latin word, educere, which means to lead out. See, Allah put so much in your body that you got to discover what he gave you. Education is to lead out what is potentially present in you. That's why the great teachers are not those who just cram information, but the great teachers are those who know how to stimulate the mind to activate what's inside that student. That's a great teacher. A great teacher don't say, here's the information and just cram it on you. No, a great teacher understands how to ask questions to get you to think, to get you to ponder, to get you to bring out and release what's already in your body. By nature, the human being is a curious being. That's how he learns and grows. By nature, Allah put that urge of wanting to know in your spirit. So he says, وَعَلَمَ آدَمَ أَسْمَاءَ. And he taught Adam the nature, the names of everything. You know how powerful you are? There's no creature has been blessed with that other than the human being. So the Quran is a great book, where through this book Allah says he's teaching the human being. He's giving them understanding. Here's a verse where Allah said he grants wisdom to whom he please, and he to whom wisdom is granted receives indeed a benefit overflowing, but none will grasp the message but men and women of understanding. Got to get understanding. But he said, who's ever given this wisdom, they've been granted a benefit that's overflowing. That's why you know the hadith of Muhammad the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the learned, said that the ulama, they are the inheritors of the knowledge of the Prophet. And when they inherit the knowledge, they have inherited a great fortune. So, you know, before man used to measure part of his wealth in his books, in his library, his knowledge. Not how many pair of shoes he got, not how many pair of sneakers he got. See, because when you inherit the knowledge, then the knowledge is a great fortune, and you can turn that fortune into something. See, the fortune don't lose value. When you get knowledge, it does not lose value. You can flip and convert that knowledge into something that's extremely worthy, extremely worthy, high value. That's why so much information and so much emphasis is placed on getting knowledge because of what you can do with it. That's what we talk about, the return on your experiences. Not the return on your investment, or you invest in the knowledge, but the investment of your experiences, what you draw from those experiences that you have in life. And then you can use that information you draw from those experiences to help other human beings. So he said, whoever inherits that knowledge, they inherit a great fortune. You can take that information and turn it into great amounts of wealth. Because with that knowledge, you begin to bring value into people's lives. So I'm telling you, read more. I'm telling you, build your library. See? In the same way, it said the learning are the inheritors of the knowledge of the prophets. Then you have to let people you know, let your family members, let your children, let them inherit this great information. Don't let them inherit your pants. Don't let them inherit your shoes. That's all right. But leave them something that will secure them. People used to leave library. I'm talking about thousands of dollars worth of information. That's what people would inherit. That's how much value they put on knowledge. And the more you know, the more effective you'll be in the world. And the less you know, that means the more vulnerable you are for deception. That means the less effective you're going to be in conversation. Sit around and all you do is just listen. Not that you want to listen, but you ain't got nothing to say. And the reason why you have very little to say because you haven't put much in that gave you the confidence to articulate the information that you have. Knowledge is very powerful. That's how the slave was made. The slave was stripped of his knowledge. That's how they made the slave. Stripped him of his knowledge and made the slave dependent upon somebody who they perceived to have much more knowledge than them. So the first revelation, Iqra, first verse come down to Muhammad the Prophet that ignited a mighty revolution. It was the information. It was the act of doing, of reading, not just reading books, but read the environment, read yourself, because your own self is speaking to you. That's why Allah said there's signs in the heavens and the earth, and then there's signs within yourself. But the signs are for those of understanding. Some people miss the signs because they're not paying attention. And those signs are here's something I need to focus on because it is leading me towards something. And that sign could be what is called a turning point in your life. A turning point experience, that there's some information, there's an experience that shifts your focus. A turning point experience. And when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ went into that cave, that was a turning point experience. In fact, it was the moment that he began to become aware of what the assignment Allah gave him in his life. In the same way Prophet Muhammad had an assignment, you need to realize that you have an assignment. Just like that big ball of fire called sun has an assignment, likewise you have an assignment. Because Allah doesn't create in sport and play. Allah creates with a specific plan and purpose. Your life has an assignment. And after Prophet Muhammad received the revelation, he was told clearly, deliver the message. Arise and warn your nearest relative. That's why Prophet Muhammad said to the companions, one of them, he told them, go back home and teach your people. So the information that you get, the knowledge that you acquire, you got to teach it. That's a responsibility. Because we want to see the world in a better space, in a better place, so we have to give this life-giving information that can shift the spirit of human beings and make them dissatisfied with pain. See, some people are comfortable with pain. And that's the greatest motivator. Being dissatisfied. When you become comfortable in those things that block your progress, you're in a strange place. So he said, go back home and teach your people. The information you acquire in life from your experience, what you read, what you learn, teach your people that we can do better. Because Allah has given us a book of guidance that will lead us to the highest expression of the life that he's put in our body. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Assalamu alaikum. So the Quran is, as Allah says, it is the book. And in it is guidance sure without doubt. I want to read this verse to you. Very powerful verse, and you realize that what Allah not only has done for you, you keep in mind what Allah is doing for you. See, not what he's done for you in the past, what he's doing for you right now as you sit. What he's doing for your body, what he's doing for your mind, what he's doing for your soul. What he's doing for you right now, allowing you to function, to think, to reflect, to engage, to build a relationship, what he's doing for you right now, not past tense, not what Allah has done for me, what he's doing for you at this moment in Jumu'ah. He's doing so much for you that we underestimate it. There's a powerful verse here. And he give you all that you ask for. But if you count the favors of Allah, you will never be able to add them up. Verily, man is given up to injustice and ingratitude. And all you have to do is think about what Allah has blessed you with, what he's blessing you with right now. It's enough for you to show your gratitude for what Allah is doing for you right now. Not what he's done for you before, what he's doing for you. What he's doing for your spirit, what he's doing for you, allowing the blood to circulate through your body. What he's doing for you right now. He's doing so much for you as we speak. He has done so much for you that he says in this ayat, if you ever made an effort to add up, you would never be able to do it. Now, can you imagine that? See, he's done so much for you. And he's doing so much for you right now that he says that if you even tried to compute, it would be impossible for you to do it. Because even the small things that you don't even think of, that you're not even aware of, because I told you, you don't know what you don't know. Even the things you're not aware of Allah is doing for you, he said you would not be able to add those things up if you made the greatest effort. Takbir. Then he concludes and said that verily man is given to injustice and he's very ungrateful. He's giving you so much, he's doing so much for you right now, he's done so much for you, and he will continue to do for you until he calls you back. We said that Allah is the merciful benefactor. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, he's the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Do you know what a benefactor is? A benefactor is one who is giving. Now, any of you had any insurance policies, have signed for insurance policy, they will ask you who is the beneficiary. You are the benefactor. You're the one saying, I'm going to give Mike this, I'm going to give Malika this, right? You're the benefactor. Now, the one who's receiving the beneficiary, they've done nothing to receive what you're giving them. You're giving them because you say, I like you, and I want you to have it. You're my child, you're my family, I want you to have it. And you ain't do nothing to earn it, but I want to leave this for you. Now, Allah is so merciful, we've done nothing to be worthy to receive what he's given. He's just given it because he is the benefactor. He created you. And when he created you, he gave you what you would need to make it in life. You have to realize you're not lacking in anything. What you need for your assignment, you've been blessed with. See, if you think your assignment is somebody else's assignment, then you may think you're lacking. But for your assignment, Allah gave you everything you need. You're not lacking in anything. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, don't look up to those who are more advanced than you, but look down to those who are less fortunate. By chance, you may appreciate what Allah has blessed you with. See, the more you begin to look up to people, say, I wish I had what they have, you begin to question what you have. See, because you wish you had what others have, when in fact they have what they're supposed to have, and realize that you have what you're supposed to have. And then Allah says this, that the human being gets nothing but what he strives for. And then what you don't have, you have to understand that your getting is in your striving. What are you putting in? So you have this assignment. And then Allah, who is the creator, he created you and then he gave you what you would need to fulfill your assignment. You have to believe that now. That's why we say that you believe in Allah who believes in you. I'm going to keep emphasizing that. You believe in Allah who believes in you, and as a result of you believing in him, you believe in the life he gave you. You believe in your power, you believe in your potential, you believe in understanding, you believe in the intellect, you believe in what he gave you as a unique and special human being, like none other. That's why we talk about the nafs, the soul, your soul, you're like no other being. He made you unique. And you have to get in touch with that uniqueness. Part of you getting this knowledge, you have to get the knowledge of yourself. See, he who knows himself knows Allah. There's nowhere in the world you can't know Allah and you think you know yourself. Because once you look at the way Allah made you, you say, I didn't do this. There had to be a greater force behind this life. But this is the way this body is created. It's powerful. It has symmetry. It has balance. It has everything it needs to function effectively in the world. And then there just be some things you need to work on. But we're talking about the return on these experiences. But he says that if you ever made an attempt to add up what he gave you, the favor, say a favor. You know what a favor is? Somebody do a favor for you. This is what they're doing for you because they like you. They want to help you. And Allah loves you. He want to help you. He's the one who is giving you the push you need. He says, so all of that, if you ever made an attempt to add up those favors, you will never be able to do so. I want you to just appreciate what Allah is doing for you right now. And he said he will continue to give you an overflow. The other verse said that whoever gets the wisdom, they're given an overflow of benefit. He is the merciful benefactor. You hear about benefit? That means there's a benefactor. The person who is benefiting, they're benefiting from what the benefactor has done for them. He's the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Through his mercy, he gives you benefits, and through his mercy, he can transform your life. He can make it better. But you got to connect to him. So as we begin to strengthen this relationship we have with Allah, we're strengthening a relationship we have with our own self. See? You strengthen that relationship, you strengthen the relationship with yourself, and he says he will secure your life. But you have to be responsible. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusakum. It's the nafs again, this rare, special, and unique self. He's doing so much for us. He will continue to do so much for us. All we have to do is line our will up with his will, and he will bless us abundantly. Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu Akbar. Shadu la ilaha illallah. Shadu sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah. Hayya la salat. Hayya la salat.